Yo, 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 what's up? Oh, just from the say that's so dope. No, no, this is NetSN, yeah, the weekly wrap up show. It's your boy CM. What's going on, everybody? Got Vince in the building. Oh, wait a minute. Well, we got live coverage. What is this?
It's live covers, fellas. Hold on, let me fix my camera.
We got live coverage.
Hey, I guess we could do this. We could go live somewhere. I just gotta figure out how to
He's
turn
got
on
he's
my.
got live coverage here. I mean, yeah, we go. I mean, we live. I hadn't hosted. Gosh, I hadn't hosted the show in forever. Feels like something brand new.
Hey, that's all right. I appreciate y'all
Everybody
filling in here. A
hear me?
last minute run to the hospital here.
Oh, did we lose him?
Oh, he gone.
Well, it's a little bleep bleep. That's why he's trying to come back up.
Hey, there we go.
What's
What's up,
up?
fellas?
What's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
We taking the show on the road tonight.
If that's what it
You
is.
you on the road? Yeah, you everywhere. You can't be stopped.
Well, you know,
You got,
when it comes to my show, I gotta make.
you got to manage it up.
What's up with y'all this week?
What? Oh, nothing. Just trying
Nothing.
to be error free, as we say at work, error free. But I did want to say this. I did want to get into this though, real quickly. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns.
Oh man.
Why? Listen, hey, why? I still gotta find the podcast. It was from That's So Dope. Yes, it was from maybe a year or two back. We talked about Deshaun Watson, and we talked about the disrespect. And we talked about eventually what was going to happen when he get traded, if he got traded. And I brought up the Cleveland Browns. I thought it was a good pickup.
He did.
They pay a lot of money for him. Let's just say that.
I mean, he's well worth the $230 million. Now, I'm only making reference to what he does on the field. It's only making reference to what he does on the field. Other than that,
Hey, he may end up losing half of that money.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he's losing half of that, man. They have some very good lawyers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I mean, you don't
I
need.
wouldn't settle for that.
How many cases? How many cases has he got? Like 20 something cases.
20.
Ooh, I mean,
22.
22.
Deuce.
Okay.
2.
22. Wow.
That's still
Man, he might be playing.
That's still a lot.
He might be playing for free then, guys. I'm sorry.
He's probably not going to jail.
Nah,
I mean, well, he ain't going to jail, but
Well,
I mean,
jails. I mean, that's one thing. I mean, when you're worth that much money,
He's a pro athlete. He's a pro athlete. He's not even 30. You know, yeah, he's got plenty of time. He'll even if he does get that, he'll still get another contract. I mean, he's got plenty
He
of time to
will.
recoup that money.
Until
yeah.
he show him that he can't play anymore, he'll get another contract.
Hey, Vince, so are you swapping hats? Are you moving up north to the Browns now?
No. I'm
Okay,
good.
I'm just making sure. You have
I
a
ain't
tendency
going
to
nowhere.
follow your players
Follow
around,
who?
or
Follow who? I ain't
didn't
never
you follow
moved.
Dwayne Wade? Didn't you follow
I
him in
followed him from
Chicago?
college. I followed him in college
Oh,
to pros. And when he went over to Chicago, I
you
didn't
still
jump over
followed it.
there.
You still followed him.
I mean I watched
He
him.
did
Of
play
course I'm
for
gonna watch
Chicago.
him. I mean, I'm gonna watch everybody. I'm watching I'm watching a lot of different players, but I wouldn't follow. I
Hey,
wouldn't use that word.
so I got one for y'all, fellas. As we're talking NFL, what about the trade for Tyreek Hill today? Were y'all shocked by that?
I think it was kind of stupid, but that's just me.
They got a
I
lot
thought it
for him,
was
but
a great
man,
trade.
Uh-uh.
I thought it was
I
a great
mean,
trade.
they got a lot for him, but I mean, Tyreek Hill is one of those players like he's a difference maker on the field. Like I don't know if you
I
can
mean,
replace.
if you looking at it from a perspective of oh, I just need my money, then okay, that's fine. But I just me personally, when I'm playing, I'm playing for something, and Miami ain't playing for nothing.
He's won a championship
Well,
already. It's time to get paid.
Mm,
yeah, I guess.
I guess. I mean, they offered him a
You
big
know I have
contract.
my young man theory.
But they offered him a big contract.
It
I
wasn't
know
big
about your
enough.
young man theory because you tried to explain that to me with yeah, this is the same argument as Le'Veon Bell, and I told you what was gonna happen to Le'Veon. He got his money,
Le'Veon,
but he was done.
Le'Veon didn't win a
He was
championship.
done.
Le'Veon Bell did not win a championship,
Yeah, but
but he is done.
you
It
was
was a call.
preaching,
Good call.
go get the money, and I you know me, I'm not a fan of money like that. So I
You're not a fan of money?
not like that, not like
So
that.
so so
Because
so
money is
this
made to
this
be
one.
spent. Money is made to be spent. It's gonna come and go. It's gonna come
It's
and
gonna
go.
go all right. It's gone. Le'Veon Bell,
Yeah,
that money is gone. It's not.
it
I
ain't coming
mean,
back. Yeah,
what they offered him what, a 3-year deal, and he turned it down. Like, I mean,
yeah.
But
I mean,
my theory was this though. Like, if you're young in your career, I probably say the first. I think I said 3 or 4 years in the league, any league that you've been in, and you've never won a championship, right? You never
yeah.
won a championship. You're potentially on a good team. Do you sacrifice the next big contract, or do you stay and take a pay cut to get to
But
win a
hold on. Are
championship?
you assuming that what they offered him was not a big contract? Is that what you're trying to say though?
Was it Javante Adams money? That
I'm just
that's the new standard, right?
No, I'm
Doesn't he
not.
have
I'm not saying that.
isn't he the highest paid receiver now?
yeah. But
Yeah.
he
Well, the problem. I don't. The problem
Which
with
one of
that
those?
is once you pay wide receiver big money, the other one's gonna want more money too. That's the
So
problem.
which one of those straight up do you want? You want Hill or Adams? I want Hill.
I take Adams.
You want Tyreek
That's
Hill
just
over
me.
Devontae Adams?
I
Oh, I
want
want
Adams.
Devontae
Just
Adams.
because
Listen,
just
I
because
don't get me wrong.
just playmaking ability, man. That guy, it's like he touches a ball. It could be a touchdown on any play.
But that's not. See, here's the
Tariq
thing
Hill
about
doesn't run
Tyreek.
routes.
He runs
Tariq Hill
one
doesn't
route.
run routes.
I
He
know
runs
you got
one
a lot
route,
of
and
you got a lot of route runners out there. You don't have many of those kind of
and
players, those special
but you
players
don't you
that
don't
you
have
that
nothing like Devontae Adams that no matter what the route is, no matter what the
Yeah,
play is,
he can go
he
over
I
the
owns it.
know.
top. He can go over the
He
top
will
in the
beat
middle.
whoever that defender is, no matter what. He ain't got to outrun him. He gonna
So
outplay
so
him.
you so you're telling me you had Aaron Rodgers, which is your favorite all time best quarterback,
No,
and
that's not
Adams on
true.
the
But
same
go
team,
ahead.
and they couldn't win anything.
What
Well, it's not their
I,
fault.
First of all, there's a lot of teams that don't win everything. I mean,
Yeah, but
listen, Dan
but you
Marino
just
never
but
got
you
a ring.
basically
Dan Marino never
yeah,
got
but
one.
yeah, but you just
You
said
know,
Adams was you think he was the best receiver in the league,
I still do.
and you had Aaron
I still
Rodgers. You
do.
think he's the best quarterback in the league?
I
Well,
never
I
said
mean,
that. I don't
Yeah,
like
I
Aaron
would say
Rodgers.
that. I would say
I
he's the
mean,
best quarterback.
I think he's one of the most talented.
hey, we hadn't talked about it, guys. He's not because TB12 is back.
He doesn't fit in the
He's back.
category. He
He
doesn't fit in any
he is
He
back.
category right
doesn't.
now.
He
He's in the GOAT tier. Once you reach a GOAT tier, like you can't be
You
among
don't get
mortals.
the. You don't. Yeah, he in
Yeah,
God
like you
mode right
can't.
now.
Yeah, like
You
you
can't put
can't
him in the same
you don't
realm no
compare
more.
him
that
against
It's
anything
different.
else. Like
and
he's on a pedestal of his own. That's
Yeah,
GOAT tier. That's GOAT
yeah,
talk.
that's true.
Yeah, we
That's
can't
true.
because that's not fair. Because he's gonna top everything you do. Well, I got the most rushing,
yeah.
but I got 7 rings.
He reached that level where you no longer
It's like
question his
one,
ability.
two,
You no
three,
longer
4, 5,
question
6.
his numbers, his stats, or anything. You know,
The
like when
question is immortality.
we talk about Jordan. Jordan reached that level, and it didn't matter what he did with the Wizards. We knew who he was. You
Yeah.
know, he just he reached that level. He's good. He's safe.
But
He's
and
safe
he
from
didn't even have
criticism. He don't
he had
get
all kinds
criticized no more.
he had all kinds of receivers. They weren't the best normally. He had Moss that year. If they didn't win that year when
Mm-mm.
they had him, they
They
lost.
should have.
They should have
They
won.
should have.
But
But
Tyree happened there, interrupted that one.
lucky Tyree, David
oof,
Tyree. No, it was lucky Eli. That's what it was.
that's
Eli
what it
Manning is
was.
the luckiest quarterback
That dude is
ever.
the luckiest
He
quarterback
is
in
clutch.
history.
Eli Manning makes it to the playoffs. He's probably gonna win a championship.
All right, so speaking of lucky guys, let's go into our main topic tonight. I know y'all don't want to talk about your brackets, and they're a little
Oh,
bit.
mine's fine.
Yours is fine. Corey, who did you take to the win?
I'm still in the lead though.
Barely.
It don't
You barely got over me.
They
in the
talking about that.
lead.
Hey,
You
I'm still in
can't
the
count
lead.
the lead if your team is out. You
Well, but
can't.
I'm
You're
still in
probably
first place.
just a temporary tease, Corey. How many Final Four teams do y'all have left? By the way,
All
Well,
right.
Tennessee's gone. I think Tennessee's out of the way.
I
You know,
I still got 2.
two.
you
I
still
have
got
3
2
left.
left.
I've got
Well,
3.
let me see how many Final Four teams that I have still remaining. Oh, well, I have 2 left. That is it. Who picked Auburn to lose? Nobody. Who picked Tennessee to lose? Well, some people
I
may have
did.
picked Tennessee to lose.
I picked
Hey,
Auburn to lose.
who picked Kentucky to lose the first round? Did
Had
y'all
no
that
idea.
game?
Somebody had to go. Somebody had to go.
St. Peter, man, I'm rooting for them again this next game. I don't like Purdue now. Purdue done ticked me off.
Yeah,
They beat my horns.
Yeah, they were going. Texas was going to get beat eventually. They can't
But
score.
see, that's where we different because I knew they were finna beat them horns. I picked that. I picked that game. I wasn't finna do that with. I'm not finna do that with Texas. I'm not playing with Texas.
We had
Ivy Kid is out of Texas.
Of 10 minutes where we didn't score a single point, and we were like 20-0 run. Minus that, Texas outplayed Purdue the whole rest of the game. But minus that one stretch where they didn't score anything, which I know that's what's killed them all year. But I was impressed overall with their play in the tournament, minus that one stretch, considering the way they were up and down all season. I think that, and we don't have any big guys. We need size. These guys in the Big Ten, man, they got.
You don't necessarily have in the NCAA tournament. You need three key things to win an NCAA tournament. 3 key things. Number one, you need really good guards. It's a guard tournament. You gotta score. Everybody goes up and down. You gotta rebound basketball. Number 2. I don't care rebound basketball. North Carolina rebounds the ball well, but you be able to rebound. And number 3, you gotta be able to shoot. Like if you can't do any 3 of those, you probably not gonna last at all. Like it doesn't matter 3-point shooting or not. You got to be able to shoot. Like Villanova, they got good guards. Villanova rebound well as a team, number 3. They can shoot from anywhere. That's how they won the national championship. They're still alive now. All the teams that are still there, they can do all 3. 2 out of 3 at least, and they've made it that far. Texas couldn't do that. They can rebound, sure. They couldn't shoot. The guards
What
are
really
okay.
hurt me
shot-
in my
They
bracket
actually,
was this
they
Midwest.
actually shot well.
Barely. Yeah, barely.
I mean, better than they had all season. Marcus Carr hadn't hit a shot all season. All of a sudden, he couldn't miss. I mean, he played 2 great games, considering the season. That half court shot got him
It's
fired
really
up.
shit. The weirdest matchup is Iowa State and Miami. That's a weird one. That's complete. That shouldn't even happen. That shouldn't even happen.
No,
Yeah.
I
picked
I'm not
USC.
surprised about.
I picked
I'm not
USC to go
surprised
really
about Iowa
far, and that
State.
kind of messed me up.
You pick USC, the
Iowa
3-letter
State.
school.
I did.
Ooh.
I don't know what I was thinking. I'm looking at it now. I'm
It's-
like, man,
that is a
I picked them
sin.
all the way to the Sweet 16, and I picked them to win it too.
Oh,
Well, see, I knew they were gonna lose. I watched them earlier this year. They didn't look too good.
That Midwest bracket, that's what really hurt me. My other, like the East, I mean, that first week I
Midwest
was
hurt
great.
everybody. Then
Golly, this
Midwest
Midwest is
was
just red.
everybody's brackets torn up. I think.
Yeah, that Midwest is complete. That Midwest is horrible. I tell you what though, the game to
That's the only reason.
honestly right now there's really 3 games to watch. To be honest with you, 3. Well, maybe 4. That Kansas Providence game is going to be really good. Villanova and Michigan. I think either one of those teams are probably going to make it to the Final Four. And I would love to see Villanova versus Houston. Whoever scores above 50 wins.
So I had
That's-
Providence in my Final Four.
I did not have Providence in my Final Four. I really didn't. I thought they were going to bow out early. They have a really good team
was-
this year.
Yeah.
I had Providence going out the first round.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get upset.
I just didn't think they were that good this year. But
Oh, they're really good. Providence is really good.
well, I mean, I didn't think they were good enough. I thought that weren't they against South Dakota State?
Yeah, well, I thought South Dakota State was going to win. I thought
Can
that
I
was just
still
an
change
upset.
this? Can I-
Iowa State's good. I'm going for Houston. I don't think Arizona. Arizona's got good players. I just don't know if it's their year just yet.
Arizona has incredible talent. I think the most talented teams that I've seen all year, Arizona and Duke have the most talent as far as like pure athletic talent. With these young
Duke
kids,
is
I just don't.
crazy.
I picked Arizona in one of my bracket. Yeah, he is like, but I watched Arizona. Of course, that game with TCU the other night, man. Did y'all see that one? That late game?
Yeah.
That was an incredible finish. Arizona should have lost that game probably. That play at the end. If that play wasn't at the end of the game, and if it's in a normal like 10 minutes to go, that's a foul there at the half court line probably. That's one of those that they don't call. It's one of those you swallow your whistle there. You let them play it out. And they almost made it. He almost got the shot or the little dunk off. I thought he was going to score. Terry had that breakaway. But that game, man, I hadn't seen Arizona play but a couple times this year, but I was impressed just in spurts what they could do. Like if they're able to put a full game together, I don't know that there's anybody in the country that can beat them. But I just don't know if they're going to – if they're kind of young, so I don't know if they'll continuously
That's
do
the
it.
thing. My fourth point was always going to be, you got to have seniors. The tournament is all about seniors. You got to have some kind of leadership. That's got to be there. It's hard for me to buy into teams that don't have a lot of seniors. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Kentucky's always losing. I just don't, they always lose early. They had that one magical run. It just hadn't been the same. North Carolina can be dangerous. North Carolina can really be dangerous. UCLA can really be dangerous. This is Texas Tech. Texas Tech. If Duke beats Texas Tech, I see them in the Final Four. Because that's going to be because Texas Tech can beat Gonzaga. I don't see Arkansas beating Gonzaga. They may be able to, but I just Duke is talented. They're just lazy. I don't. It's just something about that team. It just doesn't sit well with. It's not a Ranchero is just I don't know. Maybe they're too dookie. If that's a thing, like they're trying to overplay the game. But if there's no they don't have that one guy they can just go to just they can get 20. Like Jason Tatum, he's gonna get 20. Kyrie Irving, he's gonna get 20. Regardless, those guys they don't have that one guy they can just get buckets. And he's there, he just doesn't do it. So that's odd to me. I don't know. I'm picking Houston. I do have Houston over Arizona. I do have that. I'm riding with Kelvin Sampson. I think Houston plays a good brand of defense, and I think their brand of defense is a lot better and a lot tougher than Arizona. Those West Coast guys, Arizona's a blue blood. We already know that. They're always good. I just don't see them getting past Houston right now. I'm more anxious.
Do you have them in your bracket?
Yeah, I have actually had that game, and I actually have Houston winning. I actually have Houston winning. I've always liked Kelvin Sampson. Unfortunately, he was at Oklahoma when I started watching Kelvin Sampson. Then he went to Indiana. But I've always liked Kelvin Sampson. But I don't know if I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. A lot of basketball left. I don't know.
Look at him. I'm at your boy CM now.
Oh wow. There can only be one. There can be only one.
That just means you need to go follow at your boy CM, right?
Yeah. And big shout out. This is disrespectful. Big shout out to Coach T, Coach Trillis, and the TJC Lady Apaches for winning the national championship.
That's dope.
That is phenomenous. I don't even say it's phenomenal. It's phenomenous.
They came in at like the rank. I think they're like 17th coming into the tournament.
I think it's cool that JUCO finally got they can do automatic bids now, and I think that's one of the coolest things because in the past they haven't been able to do it. You just had to win your conference.
You mean the invites, right? Not automatic bids, but the they take extra teams. You don't have to win your conference, because what happens was you'd have a good team, and it's happened to TJC several times where they would win the conference, they'd have a really good team, and then they lose in the tournament. Well, that's it. You don't get a shot. So I think that's really because our conference is usually pretty strong. They usually get 2 to 3 teams each in there, I think. So that's awesome. Yeah, that's a great accomplishment. I can't believe it's been that long. It seems like she's been there forever, but she hasn't aged. Like Coach Tillis, she was here in 2000 when they won.
Yeah.
So that's it's just so weird that she's been there. How long has Marquis been there now? They've both been there a long time.
2001, 20? It's been 20 years.
Because they came about the same time, or pretty close.
I think Coach Marquis came a year before she did.
Yeah.
Or a year or two before she did.
I just think that just says a lot for the programs, like that the coaches to stay. They've been pretty successful. They haven't been like where they're winning national championships. They're always competing at the upper tier of the conference and making the tournament, pretty frequently.
That's one of the toughest regions, junior college wise, in the country. Really, that if you think about it, because especially for the girl like Trinity Valley, CJC is always in that top echelon. Paris is also good. Panola girls are always good. For the men, now that if you think about it now, San Jack is not in the conference anymore. Lon Morris is not in the conference anymore. They've always been good. And San Jack, they got rid of their entire basketball program, which was I just couldn't believe that of the history that they have. And they got rid of the whole program, which is odd. But but big shout out to TJC, man. That's a big accomplishment. Coming in at the number 17 seed and then taking down the number one team in the country, the number one seed overall, and then going, man, that's whew,
They won. I
that's
think they beat the number 3 seed in the finals. So
Yep.
they beat a 1 and 3.
that's some take some big cojones right there. You just gotta. I bet you she's on the bus like, oh, this is a hype, this is a hype, man. That's some stuff you can talk out. You can say anything you wanted to with me. All the noise, I'm talking noise now. Like, yeah, that's it. And that raise and get that bonus. Yeah, get a bonus. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's contract negotiation time. That's what that is.
Oh, Corey, you always talking money.
Hey, yo, you got to. I want people to get their respect. Everybody's getting you. You see Adidas? Did you see Adidas? They made that deal with the NIL. Then they're opening all their NIL stuff up so college players can get a piece of Adidas.
I didn't grow up wearing Adidas for that much, even liking them like that. But I wear a lot of Adidas now. A lot.
Man,
I got a lot of gear from Adidas. A lot.
If you're a college athlete, you know what I'm saying? You play anywhere in the country, you're a college athlete, man, you get $2,500 a month, or you sign a $20,000 NIL deal and they give you all Adidas. I wear Adidas too. Man, come on. Adidas me. Adidas me.
Yeah, hook me up, Adidas.
Exactly.
I got like 5 Adidas hoodies over here somewhere.
Hey, what is that on Tropic Thunder? What is it on Tropic Thunder? I'm thirsty. Sure could go for some Adidas water.
You can't say what they said.
Oh no, I can't say what they said, but I'm like, I sure go from some Adidas water.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
I would definitely do that.
What else going on? What else is going on out there? What other topics going on?
What we got going on? I'm commending this thing. So, shout out to Chris. What's going on? What's happening? Appreciate you joining in tonight.
Appreciate you, Chris. We ain't really got nothing popping. We kicking it. That's all.
Yeah, just doing a little.
Just kicking it. Yeah, we just doing.
It's an NCAA Sweet 16 episode, but we had some stuff. Listen. We've tried to get the That's So Dope recording off the ground. It's been one of those weeks. It's been one of those weeks.
Yeah. I mean, even right now, my head is throbbing. When we get off here, I'm about to pop something and go to sleep. Like, man.
Oh, your boy CM came right back. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know why it says that. I've got I guess because you started the show tonight, so it has your name in there, I guess.
It could be.
Did you have to type your name in, Corey?
I had to go. So what?
Did you have to type your name in?
I didn't. I didn't have to.
It was already there.
Yeah, well, no, like I had to. I cleared it out. I went to a little option.
That sure is a nice. That sure is a nice logo up there.
I didn't technically do that.
It's a nice logo we got going there.
I know. My fam, he does his thing. Okay, sure. I actually ain't talked to him in a little while. I've been so busy.
Yeah,
I ain't really.
We got that step is our weekly wrap up show logo.
Yeah, I gotta hit him up. He pretty busy too. I gotta holler at him.
Got the new colors tonight. We got the little red going on with it. Our names here. So see, we got Chris here. Glad you're on. This is good. I catch you all after Bible study. Awesome. So, who is y'all's final four now? Now, you said you had 2 left. Who do y'all have?
Providence in Arizona.
Providence, Arizona. Corey, you got? I've got Gonzaga, Arizona, and Kansas left. That's who I have. my Kentucky pick went out ablaze. But other than that, actually, was it Baylor? I had one bracket at Kentucky, one I had Baylor. So that region's just is lost for me. I thought I was feeling pretty good. You know, I know the horns have been up and down, but after seeing the bracket just blow up or all around them, I was like, man, we beat Purdue. We could make a run to the Elite Eight and maybe a Final Four. You know, you got St. Peter, which, man, I'm going to be pulling. I'm going to be wearing my St. Peter colors. I'm going to be cheering for them, trying to knock Purdue. I don't know that they can do it, but, man, that'd be something else. I just know how they would guard their big guys. Williams, man, he was like unstoppable. I don't know. I don't know what they fed him before the game, but he couldn't miss. I mean, he was falling. It was like hitting fadeaway.
Sometimes people just they had that day. It was just this day. That's all. You know. Sometimes people had that moment where everything clicking.
See, did we lose him?
Is he frozen? He probably frozen. Yep, he looked frozen. I hope he frozen. It's either that or he having a stroke.
Lose.
Corey.
So here we can talk about Corey's. Yeah, he's
somebody put up here. I think frozen. Arizona will win.
Let's see. We got
over Houston.
Yeah, we got Chris. That was Chris.
Cover 7-on-7.
Well, y'all we're looking at covering some 7-on-7, Chris. It's a possibility. It's a very good chance that we'll be trying to do some. Corey has been to some 7-on-7. We got some other things in the works. It's coming up real soon. We just can't announce it yet. We had got it all
breaking up. There you
go. Soon to the so maybe he must have just had some Suddenlink connection. For somebody that works at that company, he has problems. Yeah, Chris,
probably be cutting him off.
If y'all
cutting him short.
Chris or anybody else that's on your Final Four prediction out there, we'll take. You had Providence and Arizona. Who else?
Yeah, and now I'm looking at it. I'm really thinking Providence is probably finna pull this off. I feel like Providence is finna pull this off now. But I had UConn, which I stopped paying attention the moment UConn lost. That was it. That was my. I had UConn. I had Duke on the other side.
Did you get
Duke. What am I saying?
Did you get my box of pins?
Man,
did you get my box of pins? I
didn't need no pins. I just throw this whole back. I should have made a second one. I knew I should have made a second one, but then it's like I only make one.
Do you remember? Do you remember when we used to do that? The red pin.
Mm-hmm. It was a long time ago. Yeah,
you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Because I didn't even really do brackets like that until then. I think y'all talked me into doing it.
Yeah, because I had a message that I wrote on the wall. It came up in my memories, 2006 or something like that. And I told him that I had a fresh red pin for his bracket. I don't remember what it was about, but I just thought that was interesting.
I had some good moments there, man. I mean, this bracket was easy.
Corey wants to be like me now.
What's up?
What's up at Brett Swinney?
See, y'all
follow at Brett Swinney.
Is that he put it thinks that you're you and that you are you. I guess
be him. You be him.
You
You
be
be you.
you, but you be you. Mm, mm.
Yeah,
You
I
be
don't know.
him, but be the computer thinks that you are him, but you are
Here we
you.
go. Says Providence is good this year. They normally are good every year, but they seem to be really good this year.
I know. That's why I picked them to the Final Four, but I could not get them over Arizona in my mind, and now I'm thinking differently about that.
Not the
Hey Corey,
Fridays.
we're talking about. I know you only have 2 teams left. Who is your other 2 teams out of the other brackets now that that we're down to 16? Who you think's
Was
gonna?
it Tennessee and something? Tennessee
He,
and
It was Tennessee and Auburn, and
Auburn.
I had Gonzaga and Purdue,
I thought I picked
and I
Auburn.
picked Purdue over Gonzaga, and I picked Tennessee over Purdue.
also, did you re-pick your bracket again?
No, only suckers do that.
Well, I just
Oh
sometimes
no,
they have those
I
second chance
did.
things. I just thought you might have done the
I
second
picked them
chance.
to win, and then I
Oh
picked them
no,
to
I don't.
lose to USC.
I don't. I'm a purist. It's going to stay that way. Just red ink is going to stay. As they said, the red ink is also it's going to stay.
We were just talking about that. We used to have that was our joke back in the day, and I don't know if you got that when I was telling Vince about the pins, but that was we used to pass the red pin around, and it was we had it when we all watched them in person. We had our filled out brackets and actually ink when actually we did those. We print the bracket out, we go through and write the teams over, and that was the big joke. Here's your red pen. You need to use it to mark through everybody's bracket. So. Kind of,
I
I
mean,
had a.
it's
I mean,
you
I had.
really couldn't honestly. There's nothing at all whatsoever. Anybody, I don't care if you're an expert. There is no way you could successfully pick. The entire at least the first round of 64. Like I'll give you that round maybe. But the 32 Sweet 16, no, no,
Mm-mm.
no. It's no. Somebody's getting beat by somebody that's not supposed to be there. That's all I'm saying. And those kids get hot. Those kids start making shots out of nowhere. Once the half court shots start happening, it's almost like a trickle effect. It only takes one team. Only takes one team to win early, and then everything else is over.
All it
That's
takes is
right.
one position. One possession. That's all it takes is one possession. I mean, that shot. It feels like that shot. That last shot used to always feel like it was the hardest shot to make in the sport. And in the last decade, it feels like that's probably what everybody's waiting on is that
That
let
last
me
second
hold the
shot.
ball. Yeah, let me hold the ball for the last second shot because I'm gonna hit it. I was watching a video of a kid, and I think he was in high school, and he was they was getting ready to inbound the ball for a last second shot, and he was yelling across the court to the dude inbounding the ball. They were supposed to
Oh yeah,
inbound
you
to
saw that
somebody else,
too.
but he was like, "Hey, throw it to me. I swear I'm going to hit this shot. I'm going." He
Supreme
kept saying
Wow.
confidence.
he was just letting him. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to hit this shot," and he hit it. They threw it across the court to him, and he hit it.
If that
I
was
feel like
fake, that was great. If that was real, that's phenomenal. It kind of
it
looked
was.
fake. But it was
I'd have to
real.
find you saw the video then, right?
Yeah, I seen the
You feel
video
like it
several
looked
times.
fake, but they had
No, it
people
didn't
run
look
on the
fake.
floor. They had the crowd run on the floor.
It
Did
just
you?
looked like it could have been fabricated.
Speaking of that, did y'all see that almost make shot? That there was a inbound save behind the back, and it hit the rim and almost went in. What game was that? I think it might have been the St. Peter game. Anyway, the guy was saving it like far corner,
And he
like
threw it,
going out of
yeah,
bounds. He like threw it up behind his back, trying to
behind it.
save it, and it
I didn't
almost
see
went in the
that.
goal. Oh man, it was in something else.
Man, it's weird. When you get to this level, man, it's like things that you don't normally see happen, they make happen. And sometimes I like it. No, that's not true. All right, here's the thing. It's like I used to like it when it was like every blue moon. Like it felt like it was a miracle. But when this is like every 2 games now, you kind of get frustrated when you see your team lose like that. It's like, you know what, man? I'm through.
Of course, it's gonna take you out.
It's like, man, I'm done. I don't want to see no more. Like, I'm done. I'm sick of this.
It's gonna take any,
Dude, if
especially
it's
your
lucky
team
shot,
should be winning. It's gonna take you off as soon as you get to that point.
man,
Well, I'm a
like,
Texas fan, so the Sweet 16 is our ceiling at this point. I mean, the 32 round of 32 is
and
we
then
can
and
get
then you
past
got to think
that
about it
rough.
like this too. Like, put yourself in the position of the coach. Like, what do you tell your team when they lose to a Hail Mary bucket like that? Like, what do you tell them? Like, what do you tell the kids that are crying?
Enjoy your
What do you
spring
tell
break. What else
pack,
you want me
pack your bag, pack your bags. I'm
to
replacing all.
Hey, enjoy your spring break.
Pack your
You know
bags.
what? Listen, man. We lost. We did. I never got a chance to go to an NCAA tournament. That was one of the things I always wanted to do, was play an NCAA tournament. Right. We finally go at SMU. We finally play. I can't remember who we played, man. We were up, and they drew up a last second play, a full court, last second play. Kid catches the ball half court or 3/4 court, dribbles the ball up the court, and just heaves up a floater, bounces off the glass. They win by 1 point. I'm like, is this over? We don't get an automatic bid. The team had won. I think we had won like 24 games that year. We're like 24-9.
Yeah.
Like, we don't like you an automatic bid, like no NIT. And that's what like coach was like, well, and I said, well, hey, let's enjoy your spring break. What? That's it? Like it's what more do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like this,
What are you supposed
that
to tell
sucks.
your kids, man? I don't know if I say anything.
You gotta say something. You got to.
I'm lit because I might be the one in there crying. They may walk in the locker room and I'm the one in shambles.
You got the booby
That's it.
tears. What am I gonna do?
Yeah. Snot bubbles. I can't take it no more.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Hey, what's that? That's Booby Miles. All I know how to do is play football.
What am I gonna do?
That would be me. That would be me right there.
Oh man, what is this?
No, but
What school was he talking about?
3A high school.
they're from Oklahoma City.
I know their dad and mom.
Chris, who are we talking about, Chris?
From OKC. We was talking about so much just then. I don't even remember what we was talking about. Who we?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out what team we was talking about. I know it's a lot of coaching changes, a lot of NCAA changes that has happened thus far. It's a lot.
Unless he was talking, I don't know if he was talking about them them high school kids, the one that made that shot I was talking about. I don't know.
Maybe.
Talking about
Oh,
I don't even know where that was at.
That could be.
Because I don't even know where that was at. I just saw the video and I was just like, man.
That could be what he's talking about then. All right, let's straight up pick these this Sweet 16 games. That'll give us something to pick on and give some little bragging rights of what's left. Doesn't have to be on your bracket, just straight up.
Oh,
who
I'm
you
not
think is
gonna
going to
pick
win?
This bracket is busted.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
It was busted. It was busted the moment you picked UConn.
Man, now if I'd never picked UConn still be winning right now.
No.
You have to. You can't.
No.
There's no way you could.
Vince, now
anymore.
I'm telling you, if you'd have picked the girls bracket, then UConn, you'd have been a good pick.
But you
They're
know
still
how
playing.
this stuff go. These number one teams are gonna fall apart, man. Like they always do. Like Gonzaga is finna fall off. Watch. Arizona finna take an L too.
But you don't know which ones.
Yeah,
It may be.
So I was just trying to choose something. I was trying to force myself to choose something just a little different, just out there, far left.
I understand.
You saw that hustle.
But you're
You saw that
picking.
hustle. You said UConn's a good pick.
I was trying to choose something far left. That was the first time I tried it, and it didn't work.
Hey, don't go there. Don't go that far.
So you were doing the Corey strategy.
No, that is not my strategy.
In a way, yeah. In a way, I was thinking like Corey.
The long
The
shot.
Corey strategy,
Let's pick against Argyle strategy.
The
And
core
you know what?
strategy would pick
You know
would have
what
picked
I'm gonna do?
South Dakota
This
State
this
to the
this
Final
is how it's
Four.
core strategy. This is how it's gonna be core strategy. Because next year I'm gonna pick UConn again, and the year after that I'm gonna pick them again. I'm gonna pick them for the next 10 years, and then
They
one
might win
year they
eventually.
gonna win. They gonna
There you
win,
go.
and I'm gonna look like a genius.
Like, say, okay, yeah, it was a
I'm gonna
shot.
look
I
like
got.
a genius. Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
What would I do that? Oh no, they do play football.
All I know is a big breakfast.
All right, guys, let's do this.
Oh, man.
Arkansas,
Arkansas.
Gonzaga. Who you got?
I'm picking Gonzaga.
Arkansas.
I'm picking Gonzaga, man.
No, I'm gonna go good. I'm gonna go Gonzaga. I'm gonna go Gonzaga.
I got the Zags as well. So that's the Zags for the sweep.
Yeah.
I just think Arkansas. I thought they were going to lose already. I was really
Yeah, I
surprised they made.
didn't think they were gonna make that far.
No. All right.
They got
Michigan, Villanova. Should be a good
Ooh.
one, I think. This is going to be. I think here's my prediction. This game, if they can establish Dickerson inside, I think Michigan's got a chance because Villanova doesn't have that inside guy. They like 5 around none. If they can establish him, they've got a chance. If they don't, Villanova wins by a pretty good margin.
It's probably.
It's gonna be Villanova.
So who you picking? You picking Michigan?
I didn't say who I was picking. I'm just saying that's the way it's going to fall.
So who you picking?
So if I'm going to pick, I'm probably going to go with Villanova, just because I think the chances of them winning are greater. However, I just think if Michigan they've got Dickerson, and Villanova does not have that player. If they can establish him, that's going to free up their guards on the outside to have field day because they've got some guys that can shoot it. If they can establish him inside, that's going to help. But I think the percentage of doing that is not as high as I think Villanova's chance of winning. So I'm going to go with Villanova. That's just my take on the game.
You know, I am a Big Blue fan. Besides Texas, Big Blue is probably my second favorite team in school.
I am too. I love Michigan. I grew up, Fab Five, and I mean, I grew up liking and cheering for them. That was a cool moment, by the way.
I'm glad to see
Juwan Howard with
at the game. I'm glad to see
C-Web was there, and
was...
Juwan Howard, the Tennessee player that was really having a hard time at the end. He came up to him and kind of consoled him. I thought that was really cool, especially with everything that's going on with him lately.
He could have been fired.
He's lucky to have a job right now. I think if he wasn't Juwan Howard at Michigan, he probably would have been. Let's be honest. That pulls weight. I mean, for what he's done for the university, he had a little bit of extra. I guess I don't know. Not
his
pocket,
name,
but it has an extra that helped him. In other words, I think that's not the case, and he might not have a job. But I think that he's put himself back in good graces. There's a lot of people talking about that moment. I know all the analysts on TV were, and that just shows, I think, the kind of person that everyone says Juwan Howard is. The other action was, I think, in the heat of the moment, lost his cool, can happen to anyone type deal. This right here is Juwan Howard, and I think
both of them are Juwan Howard.
Well, I know, but the hitting, hitting, I think that just, I think that a lot of it that just spurned from the game. That happens. I mean, they're temporary. It just happened in a bad way to him. It was on national TV and in front of the world. But this right here,
game for like 30 minutes, like Juwan.
Yeah. So I think this is good for him and the university. I think I don't know that I'm sure he wasn't thinking about this at the time when that happened. Sees a player that's hurting because they lost and goes over to him, but I think that's earned for that. I guess respect. They've kind of stopped talking about that other incident, and now they're talking about him, his compassion for another player on their team, which I think is
Good
something
marketing,
you
good
don't
PR,
see.
good PR work.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love Michigan too. I would normally pick them, but if I'm picking to try to pick the most correct picks. And if I'm picking that,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
then I'm
you
going to go
always
with
do that.
Nova.
You never go against the grain.
I may
Never go against the
cheer,
grain.
but when we go to cheering for the game, I may cheer for Michigan, and then if I lose, then my pick's still correct.
See,
If I'm
you
wrong,
only do
then
that when it's a Texas Longhorn. You only do that when
I do that
no
in
matter
certain
what.
games. I did that. I picked Purdue to win in my bracket because I didn't think Texas was going to.
I didn't think Texas was gonna make that.
I was a little worried after the first game because they played so well, and I'm like, oh man, they shoot like this, we got a chance against Purdue, and we would have minus that drought, but I still was rooting for Texas, and we didn't win, but my bracket was correct. So it's kind of the same way here. I'm not going to pick. I don't normally pick with my in most cases. I'm going to pick who I think is going to win. Doesn't mean I'm going to cheer for that team. Like you'll see that here in a minute when we get to another pick. There's going to be I'm going to pick who I think is going to win, and then I'm going to be a different team I'm rooting for.
I'm all the way clearly picking. I'm picking Villanova. I don't, as much as I love Michigan football and basketball and Juwan Howard and all that, and Villanova's they it's gonna be close, but man, Villanova. If Michigan beats Villanova, they'll probably make it to the Final Four. Villanova is tough. They are a tournament team, hands down. They know how to play. They've been here before. They know the game. They're guards. They're heavy. They're prep. They play good defense. They play textbook defense. They shoot the ball. They're confident. It is, man, that team's good. So Villanova over Michigan. That's what I'm gonna say. If a
I'm gonna
What you got?
I'm gonna go
What you
with
got,
Michigan then.
Vince?
If everybody going Villanova, I'm gonna go Michigan.
Uh-oh.
I still think Michigan
All
can
right.
do it. I mean, they're not a bad team. So
Okay,
All right,
Michigan got one. Michigan.
This next one's tough for me. Okay, as y'all may not know, my second team probably nowadays, my right behind Texas, my 1A. I got 1A and 1B. 1A is Texas, but 1B is my Duke Blue Devils. And as much as I want to pick them right here, man, I've seen so much of it this year, and I think it's going to frustrate those young Duke players. I don't want to pick against them, but I mean, who I think is going to win, I think Tech's going to win this game. I picked them in my bracket, but I will have my blue LED lights, and I'll be cheering for Duke. So that's
going to go with the Dukies.
Yeah.
Oh,
because I want to see. Duke, I would be fine if Coach K goes out and he wins a national championship. That would be the greatest. They could write a movie script about it. I don't think they're going to do it just because they don't have enough experience. But what an ending to a great coaching career that would be.
I think they're going to win it. But anyway, let me not get to that. So I think Duke is going to beat Texas Tech. I don't think. Okay. I think it's fortuitous. I think it is all written in the stars and the clouds everywhere else. The basketball guys have said, "Listen, Coach K, you've done enough. Let's just go out with a bang. Let's get number 6.
I like that.
Let's get number 6. I don't want it to be because I like Michigan State. I wanted, but I kind of want Coach K to go out with a bang. Everybody wants that last hurrah. That one coach is to go out with a bang. And
he's had a rough go of it
so
far. He went out with a loss at Cameron Indoor. He went out with a loss in the ACC final. So, I mean, I think the pressure was too much for those young kids.
Wouldn't it be grand if you had a North Carolina Duke Final Four?
That ain't gonna happen.
Whoa! Hey now! Hey, let's.
We hadn't even talked to. Hey, speaking of that, when we get to that North Carolina, we got to talk about that last game because we hadn't even talked about that. There was a lot of things in that game to break down. When we get to that game, we'll talk about it. Who you got, Vince? Duke, Texas Tech.
Everything in me want to say Duke, but I'm gonna give this one to Texas Tech. I'm gonna be right about one of these teams falling off. So yeah, I'm gonna go Texas Tech.
So Vince is going with the Corey strategy. I see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, the next one's tough. Now, Houston and Arizona. I think this is going to be a really good one. A lot of red in the crowd. Houston, basically, it's a home game in all essence. I mean, I'm sure they'll have the home crowd, but also you'll have the fans that are going to root for the upset. So it's going to be Arizona versus everyone else in the gym, probably. Just guessing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Houston is very talented. I don't think they have enough talent to beat Arizona. I think their defense is incredible. If they had Sasser and the from other guy's name, the two stars that they've lost, I think this game they could win or be a lot closer. I just don't think they have enough depth to play with Arizona. Arizona, I mean, they start what 6'10", 7. I mean, those two big guys, they got some size, and they got
Not worried
some
about
athletic ability. But
not
I mean, it
worried about
still
the
matters,
height.
Corey. They are the
It
second
does,
tallest
it does.
team in. They're the second tallest team in NCAA, and you can say that the height don't matter all you want, but it does when the other team doesn't have any.
That's
It is true if you're playing a half court game. But can
No, but if you
can they beat us
but they've
back to
got
4 feet?
but they've got. Did you see Mathern's game the other night, Corey?
Yeah, I saw it.
He's a one-man wrecking crew. The other guy coming back off injury, I can't think of his name. Kerr something. Kerr. It's like I think he's from another country. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But he's working his way back in rotation for Arizona. So they've got a lot of talent. I didn't pick Houston to win the first game. I thought they would get upset by UAB. I was surprised that they got through that first round, but I think as the tournament's gone on, they've proven that they belong here. But man, I'm just going with Arizona. I think they're at least make it to that championship game. I think they want Gonzaga in that championship game.
Well, you already know what I'm doing. Welcome to H time. Houston, baby. It's Houston. That's who's good. That's the dub. That's the dub. That's who's gonna do it. Houston.
So
That's what's happening.
So you don't think?
No. I've seen them play good defense. They played against bigger guys. They're rough. They're tough, and they're physical. You know, the guard. It's gonna be an ugly game. You got to make the game ugly. And Arizona don't want to get it. I don't think Arizona's got. I don't trust those West Coast guys who make the game ugly. All right, they're not gonna play that type of defense. And I say West Coast, Houston's gonna make the game ugly. It may be whoever scores above 50 wins the game first. And Houston made that. Hey, it's a trend. They can get out of transition score, but at the same time, Houston did what that they did against Coburn in Illinois. They probably double him and stuff like that, send a couple of guys, but they'll probably change up all kind of defensive strategies. But it's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to guards. It's gonna come down to defending, and I think Houston's good. I mean, once you get a decent team that's clicking at the right time, and Houston seems to be clicking at the right time. It's a wrap. I like Houston.
Okay.
Of course, I'm a Kelvin Simpson.
All right. I like your reasoning, but I'm gonna go Arizona. I mean, what you're saying makes sense. Houston clicking at the right time, but I'm going Arizona.
Arizona's a good pick. Arizona's a good team. That's a good pick. That is a good one.
So those are Thursday's games. We're gonna move over to Friday, and we'll start with. Well, that's not right. It says no game scheduled on Friday. You wrong. Oh wait,
because there's
I went a week ahead. I hit the over. Oh, now this one.
Providence.
This is definitely going to be this first matchup is my definitely going to pick one team and root for the other. Okay. I'm not going to root for Purdue the rest of the tournament. I hope they lose every game. They beat my horns. I'm sorry. I don't like the Big Ten. I'm not a Big Ten fan overall. I think Michigan's probably the only team in the Big Ten that I like. I think they're overrated. They always get beat early in the tournament. That's just my Big Ten take for the night. But look, who's left? Who's left in the Big Ten? Corey, tell me. Can you tell me one else? How many teams did they get in?
Well, I mean, Wisconsin got beat. They were good. Iowa got beat. They were good. Michigan State got beat. They were good. Rutgers got beat. They were good. They got how many teams? How many teams did they put in the NCAA tournament?
Nine. They got 9. They got too many bids.
They are
too many bids. That's 2 years in a row.
Basketball conference. They are the best basketball conference.
They're trash. They're trash.
They are, man.
They can't ever win. Right. Tell me when the last team that won the national championship from the Big Ten. Huh? Who was the last Big Ten team to win the national championship? Who is it? Who was it, Corey?
Did anybody expect the Big East to win the national championship with Villanova twice? No.
Do you remember? Do you remember who the last team was?
Oh, man, it's probably Michigan, 2000.
Michigan State.
I'm sorry, Michigan State, 2000.
Cleaves in that group. I was in high school, Corey.
Mo Pete, Mateen Cleaves. I remember the team. But hey, I mean,
I'm just saying you know why I get irritated with the Big Ten? They always get all these teams in, and then they don't ever do anything. They win, they collapse out. They don't play defense in the Big Ten. They got a lot of big bodies.
You can say that about any conference. You can say that about the SEC. But SEC team, the Florida Gators?
But the SEC's never claimed to be good. All I hear is Big Ten, Big Ten, Big Ten, and then we get in the tournament that they're not any good. Now, again, I think Purdue. I know Purdue. I think they've got a chance. I don't like them now because they beat Texas. So anybody who's up against Purdue, I'm going to be rooting for the other team. That's just how I am. I'm sorry.
I don't like when they beat Texas. Hey, you gotta come on, man. You got that's natural fan.
Hey, that's my. I'm mad that they Williams kid played like he was. I don't even know. He played out of his mind. He was lucky. He hadn't done that all year. I mean, he was making shots and like fading away, hitting. I mean, it was ridiculous.
When
the Ivy kid's good though. The Ivy kid is good.
They sprinkled that Magic March Madness dust on everything, and it starts happening.
Man, not like that. Not like that.
Uncle Mo was in the stand, baby. You can't beat
him. He might as well have been Shaq, and he was just like out there shooting shots that Shaq would have never shot, and he was making.
Uncle Mo was on the wheel call list, and he showed up.
Man,
he got his tickets.
That wasn't Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo knows better. He was on the horn side, Corey. He was on the horn side.
He was not on the horn side. He ain't been on the horn side since TJ Ford showed up.
He was there. He left early. He left about 4 minutes into the game, and it went like he never came back. But anyway,
he one of those specialized beers and never showed up.
I'm gonna pick Purdue, but I'm rooting for St. Peter's, guys. And I figure I'm probably going to be y'all are probably going to be saying the same thing, I imagine. Who doesn't want to see a 15 seed do something that no one's ever done? I mean,
I don't want. I don't think St. Peter's not going to win this game. Damn.
But you're not going to be rooting for that to happen. You don't want to see it happen.
I'm not even going to watch the game.
I'm not going to say it won't happen.
You're not going to watch the game?
I'm not. Purdue's going to win by 50. I mean,
here's the thing. I think
I'll
St.
take
Peter's,
that bet. They ain't losing by 50.
Congratulations on getting here, on getting to this level. I commend you, but it's over. It's over because them Boilermakers don't play.
Exactly.
They come to eat. And so I commend you on getting to this level, but when that tip off happened, it's going down. You ain't got to watch the game to know what's gonna happen here. You ain't got to watch it. This is gonna be a beatdown. in my opinion.
I'm
I think
gonna get Texas
I
Rex
don't even like to say that they got lucky because I don't believe in luck like that. But they did what they had to do to get here. But the competition gets a lot stiffer here. So
every time
So
the
you're
lead
telling me
increases by 25, I'm
Kentucky,
gonna get a Texas win.
Kentucky was not good.
They haven't Kentucky hadn't
They
been Kentucky in almost
Kentucky
10 years.
won. Kentucky won the SEC. They
It's
beat
not
your
saying much.
Tennessee team. Well, you said Tennessee had a chance to
uh,
win the national championship.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Corey.
Tennessee's good. That's the one cream of the crop team out of the SEC besides Auburn. But Kentucky wins. Kentucky wins the regular season. Mm.
I don't know. If it wasn't Purdue, maybe I could see them. I don't know. It's hard to pick up.
Yeah,
right
I don't think the matchup. They're kind of like Texas, and they don't have a big guy that matches up with Purdue's big guys. I know Corey doesn't think that big guys matter, but I think in this game what's gonna be the
I'm
difference.
not saying
I
that.
think
I'm in the tournament. The tournament is not as important.
we're in the tournament. This is a tournament.
Big guys are not as important in
This-
the tournament. That's all I'm saying.
This,
Not as
well,
important.
they are in this matchup. I think that's where
It's
the
just-
mismatch is. I think because St. Peter's they've got some guys that are jump athletic, can block shots. Two brothers. I can't think of the last name. But
It'll
they're
be one of
both-
those games where it'll be one of those games where by the the 8-minute mark in the first half, it'll be like 27-20 St. Peter's, and then they'll take then all of a sudden Purdue will make a run and in the half, and then St. Peter's will come out in the second half, make a couple of baskets, and then the Arrow just lead the gym. But just Purdue will just kind of just wear them down a little bit. They'll come out. They'll have a lot of firepower. It's okay. A lot of Uncle Mo will visit. Aunt May will come in and visit. That's okay. She'll come in
Uncle
and
Mo's
visit.
Uncle Mo's doesn't take residence with St. Peter's for right now. That's probably where he's staying this week.
Hey, don't say Peters, man.
Uncle Mo is in
I
off
don't-
season.
You don't think? I mean,
Uncle Mo.
there was a lot of momentum.
Uncle Mo was tired. Off season. He's in the winter. He going everywhere. He's on the Madden bus.
All right,
He's
we're all
going
Purdue.
everywhere.
So y'all are all Purdue.
Yeah,
Y'all are
man.
going to root for Purdue. Y'all aren't going to root for St. Peter's. Y'all don't want to see it happen.
I'm not.
I mean,
I don't have a
I'm not
dog.
saying I don't want to see it.
So, like,
happen.
if the game gets
If it-
going and it's
here-
like there's like 8 minutes left, St. Peter's up 10. Y'all aren't going to be sitting there on the edge of your seat.
No. Here's what I'm gonna
looking
tell
for the
you. Here's what
upset.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. If Corey stepped into the ring with Mike Tyson, and I had to put my money on something. I'm putting my money on Tyson. Now, if
Well, that's
Corey
what-
were to knock him out, I'm gonna be right there screaming and shouting like, "That's my dog. That's my dog." But I know what's about to happen.
Well, that's why I picked
You talking
Purdue.
about the 55-year-old Mike Tyson or the 25-year-old Mike Tyson? Because
You
one
can
of
pick
those is
either
a high
one of 'em.
possibility. Could be.
No, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself now. Because if he starts hunting you down on Twitter, I can't save you. Can't nobody save you. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying they can't do it or that I don't want to see them do it. Yeah, I want to see it happen, but I don't believe it's gonna happen. There's a difference. And I guess that's what makes the moment so magical, because it feels like something
No
that's
respect,
impossible
dog.
until it's
Some of these games, they punched their last ticket. They put the ball is over. Somebody gave Cinderella her slipper. It's over. It's not. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. No more St. Peter. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's a wrap for it. They've met that. They've met a well coached team. They're not gonna get it up.
Okay, so we got that. So we got the next game, Kansas Providence. I'm going with the Jayhawks. I think they've actually improved as the tournament goes on. The little guard they got that transferred from Arizona State, what's his name? I can't think of it off the top of my head. He's been pretty impressive in the tournament.
Roger.
I don't. Now this is I don't like Kansas, so I don't know that I would actually pick to root for them. But again, I'm going to pick them because I think they're going to
I like
win.
Bill Self. I like Bill Self. I have mad respect for Bill Self. Roger.
I didn't say I didn't respect them, but I'm tired. I'm tired of them winning the Big 12 every year. It just gets old.
See,
and I don't
it's
like
the
that.
hate. See, Vince, see
Hey.
the fan hate.
Mhm.
You got
Hey,
that fan hate heavy.
I don't. I have a teams I just don't like. I don't like OU for football, and I don't like Kansas for
Different.
basketball. It's the
That's different. I
same.
don't like OU
They're the OU of basketball.
I've
to me.
never. Oh, Kansas is? Wow.
Yeah, because they're the team that always they have some. They just seem to win the Big 12 every year. Like it's that
Really
they
good.
just
It's just really
Hey.
good.
I have to like them.
They're really good.
They
are good. That's why I picked them.
Kansas,
I
but-
pick them because I know I'm basketball smart. I know who I know who's good.
Vince said with me. Roger. Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's who you're picking, Corey. It's Kansas.
Absolutely.
Now Vince is in a tough spot because he has Providence in the Final Four.
I'm
So
gonna
he-
stick
I
with
mean-
it. I'm sticking with Providence.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Providence.
Although
But
take heed, beware of the fall.
I used to work with a girl a while back who was from Kansas, and so she used to always be on me about Kansas this, Kansas that, and I always threw in her face like, well, y'all ain't nothing in football. Y'all don't do nothing in football. Everybody smack y'all, not just Longhorns. Everybody smack y'all. But then she would always throw it back at me, jaw back at me about the basketball thing, and I think ever since then I started picking against Kansas. I never picked them to win anything again.
See, Vince feels me. He feels
it's
me.
just like, all right, yeah, that's just what it's gonna be. I'm going
just a
against them every
basketball
time.
I'm just a basketball fan. I can't. I'm not going.
Well, just
I mean,
because
I
I like
like.
watching them
they
doesn't mean I have
good.
to root for them.
I'm not just. I'm not just going there. Oh, go Kansas. I'm like, all right, man. Kansas is good. Like, I like Bill Self. I like the Jayhawks. I got nothing against them.
They
I
may be
like
having
Bill
some
Self.
sanctions. They have some sanctions coming their way, I think, though.
Always, every year, something. So there's always something. There's always something there.
No, it's legit. They're the same ones that got LSU. I think there's the same. I don't think they've got
Bill
all the
Self ain't
evidence.
going anywhere. Yeah, but Bill Self ain't going anywhere. They didn't. Will Wade was. Never mind. I'm not gonna speak on Will Wade.
So the next one's interesting. Okay, this is what we're talking. First, the games is probably, as far as a name brand game, one of the most two name brand schools left. North Carolina, UCLA. Now, let's roll back, and I'll give y'all my take on the last game, and then I'll let y'all speak up on what y'all think about it. North Carolina has no bench. I realized that. Really, I didn't watch them much this year because I'm a Duke fan. So they're like the A&M to Texas. They're the rival. So I don't like Carolina, but I didn't realize how lack of bench they really have. They only have like 5 guys that they play, and it showed. So they're up 25. Did y'all? Now I'm sure Corey, did you watch this one? Vince, did you catch this one?
No, I didn't.
Baylor.
Catch this one, no.
Okay,
Baylor
so
game.
you probably heard about it. Anyway, Baylor's down 25. Manic. The play happened as Sohan comes in. Baylor's big with the I guess he has pink hair kind of now. He's changed it a few times. Anyway, he comes in and gives Manic a shove and kind of shoves him to the side. Well, Manic doesn't like that. You can see it immediately. He goes in to position and get the rebound and he gave a cheap shot elbow right to the head. I mean, it was deliberate. You could tell it was deliberate.
It really was cheap.
It was a cheap shot. So obviously he went down. They stopped it. We have to go look at the replay every 5 seconds anyway. So we looked at the replay on this. They ruled it a flagrant 2, which is an automatic ejection. They get 2 shots and they get the ball. Like it's a big ordeal. So that Manek had 26 points when he exited. I believe there was about was it 12
Like
or
11,
10 scored?
like
Somewhere
11
in there.
minutes. It was
Between
like
10 and
9
12
minutes
minutes.
overall.
Yeah. And so he has to exit. Well, as I was saying a while ago, Carolina's bench does not play very much at all. I mean, they have very shallow bench. One of the shallowest I've seen on any team. They've got guys that aren't playing at all. So they have to pull him in. Well, probably a couple of minutes after that, one of their guys goes in and gets a charge and he fouls out. Probably 2 or 3 minutes game clock later. So now they've got 2 bench players in. Baylor pushes up. Man, Lee just keeps chipping away. Ended up tying the game. It would have been the greatest comeback, or tied the greatest comeback in NCAA tournament history. They ended up catching them. Now another player got in foul trouble. So they had at one point they had 2 starters on the floor with 3 bench players, and you could tell these guys, they were scared. I mean, they're throwing the ball away. We looked like a high school team trying to break the press, or Carolina did. I mean, it was pretty bad. It was just turnover after turnover. Now, I think the play was – I've heard lots of people, this and this about the call and the calls on the floor. I think the game was well officiated, in my opinion. I didn't see anything that wasn't officiated that made a difference in the game. The foul was a flagrant 2. There's no doubt. It was deliberate, right to the head, elbow, the way the rules are written. But it almost cost in the game. What do you mean?
For me, I never understand the deliberate part of that because, like, I don't know. Like, when you're not, to me, deliberate it's like, I guess I'm looking at him and I deliberately, throwing the elbow. Like in his case, he's trying to block out and get the rebound. I'm not rooting for him, but I'm just saying from what the video I saw, he was trying to block out to get that rebound, and he just throwing a wild. I guess that's I don't know.
He's throwing.
It's a wild elbow. He throwing a wild elbow. He doing this, So I guess. Deliberate.
I mean, you don't block out that high.
Yeah.
What's that, Corey?
Yeah, you got to see me in the tunnel. You dig me in the chin like that, you got to see me in the tunnel.
I just think like I could see like in the middle of, I don't know, I guess in the heat of battle, you're supposed to be thinking. You're supposed to be thinking that
he was thinking.
Mind. I'm trying to
playing. That was premeditated. You could tell if you watch that whole play and you see him get pushed, and he did not like Sohan got in there and pushed him to get position. He was ticked. So he worked his way back, and immediately, as soon as he got position on him, he went directly back with that. I mean, he took both elbows, but that left elbow that he threw was definitely deliberate. I mean,
I guess it was just the way that, he homeboy pushed him in. He got back, but I don't know. I just feel like it was
because you don't block out here. If you know how to block out, you don't block out high. You're blocking out low. That elbow should have never came up above the shoulder.
You know why you're blocking out high. There's a reason why you're blocking out high. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
Old chin got checked.
Yes. And so
Sweet Tim music.
I'm assuming by your comments, Corey, you agreed with me that was the right call there.
Of course, it's the right call. You can't get. But then again, I'm saying this. Sohan wouldn't have been in the game that long anyway. Somebody was going to take him out. He was doing some stuff anyway during the game I didn't like. He's one of those guys that just kept annoying people. That's why I sent y'all a text. I'm like, man, you gotta watch it. He's baiting somebody. He got one guy out already. It worked, and somebody else is gonna get baited into doing something else stupid. Like Armando Bacot, he got him almost with 2 technicals. So I mean, you can't do that, especially in that type of game. You can't do that.
That was the other one. They got the double foul. I forgot about that. I'm glad you mentioned that, Corey. The double foul.
I'm like, man,
and then he
like
tripped it.
Like that. Yeah.
That got him in foul trouble. was that play that talking about. He got his fourth there. He picked up 2 fouls in one play. Now he had to go to the bench, and so they had to pull another bench player in, and it snowballed. I mean, it was very sad to watch. Baylor was just started playing out there. It like fired them up when that elbow happened. They took that personal as a team, and they stepped it up.
You supposed to. You supposed to. So they did what they had to do. It just didn't work
Yeah,
out.
we gonna start check. We got a chance to check them. We gonna check them in day. That you don't do that. You don't come through the lane like that. You don't do that. That's against the rules. That's all I'm saying. You don't do that. And you as Bruce Lee would legendary say, you touch me and I'll touch you back. Hey, you can't.
I heard that in a long.
So that being said, it's North Carolina at UCLA. I think Carolina's run-ins here. I think I'm going to go with UCLA.
Whew. I'm going North Carolina. As much as I want to go with UCLA, I'm going North Carolina.
What's your thinking on that, Corey? Is it just I mean, you got UCLA that's coming off a Final Four appearance from last year. I know they hadn't looked all that impressive, but I think they have more talent on the bench than they don't go deep either, but I think they're probably deeper than Carolina.
I don't even look at the deep. I honestly, Carolina's asserted their dominance in the past 2 games. They look really good, kind of like Michigan. I didn't think North Carolina. I kind of figured North Carolina was a better seed than their seed that they have. I didn't think Michigan deserved to be in the tournament, to be honest with you, just by their seeding alone. But they got in. I rather had seen Texas A&M over them in the tournament. But they're in and they playing well. So no disrespect to them. They you're not supposed. Nobody thinks you're supposed to be in, and boom, next thing you know, you in. But other than that, I'm not buying UCLA. I don't think they're that strong of a team right now. But UNC is just better at this point. They're playing better basketball at this point. And I think that's a game where UCLA's bigs are probably going, not UCLA's bigs, but UNC's bigs are probably going to take over. And it's just in the cards for them.
What you got, Vince?
That's for me.
UCLA.
Okay.
UCLA. I'm just gonna. I ain't got no reason. I'm just gonna pick UCLA.
Just like the colors. Wait, they're both got that blue.
They got that blue.
Battle of the Carolina Blues.
It's the powder blue.
And then the last one, the one that nobody predicted to match up, Iowa State, Miami. Wow, I just didn't see Miami going this far, but man, Iowa State, they're Big 12 and their defense is tough. I'm gonna go with Iowa State. I just don't think. I think Miami played the perfect game against Auburn. I mean, what's the guy, the little guard? He only turned the ball over. I think they have 7 turnovers in 2 games. I think I heard him say Miami. I just don't think you can keep that kind of pace up, especially with the way they played all year, which is mediocre. I mean, they're a 10 seed. I think Iowa State's 11 seed, but I think the reason they're 11 seed is because of the conference they're in. And they took a lot of losses against a lot of good teams. So they've got a lot of good wins. I'm going to pick Iowa State in this one.
I'm picking Miami. I don't necessarily like Miami. I still think they should be in the SEC, but whatever. Jim Larnack has done it before, and he's done it before with another team. And he's a giant killer. He's been to the Final Four before. So I'm picking the Miami Hurricanes, unfortunately, because I like Iowa State. Nothing against the Cyclones. It's a hurricane against the Cyclone. So I like Iowa State. I don't think Miami's playing well. Miami's played well throughout the season. They played well against big games, big teams, and it's like I said, it's a guard tournament. Miami's got a lot of guards. They got a lot of them. And they play an up tempo style, fast pace, quick defense. So it's that type of tournament.
I'm gonna go with Iowa State.
Iowa State for Vince.
Cyclone.
It's going to be a lot of good basketball this weekend. What's the matchup that y'all are looking forward to out of all these?
Villanova, Michigan. That's mine. Villanova, Michigan.
I'm gonna probably say the one I'm looking forward to might be my Providence and Kansas pick. So
Okay, I like those. I'm going with Texas Tech and Duke as my game to watch for the weekend, or the first games, the early, the Thursday Friday matchups. I think that's going to be a good one. Again, I have Tech in my bracket, which is very odd. I usually am a very solid Duke Blue Devil picker, especially if they got a chance to win, which I think they do. I think they have a chance to go all the way.
If they beat Tech, I think they're going to beat Gonzaga. If they beat Tech, they'll definitely beat Gonzaga.
Yeah. Here's the deal, though. I know Gonzaga is Gonzaga. They've never won a national championship. But they've got a solid team this year, man. I know that Drew Timme is
about them a lot.
Drew Timme, though, man, he's one of those guys. It's like he's not going to be probably a great pro. He's a Christian Laettner-esque player. He's a great college player.
That's disrespectful to Christian Laettner.
Why is that?
Drew Timme, he's not. I don't think he's in that category.
But you go back and look at his wins in college. I mean,
okay. I see where you're going with that. Okay.
He is, and his stats. I mean, he hasn't won a national championship, granted, but he's still got probably 2 more chances because I think he uses his COVID year. I don't think he's gonna go with the NBA draft. There's no reason to until he has to with him. I mean, I think he stays until his eligibility runs out. I don't think now, especially with NIL, I'm sure he's getting some kind of deal with that mustache he's got. Maybe he's getting a special deal on that. I don't know. But
if he gets, I don't think he's going to get drafted. But if he gets drafted, I just he plays. He reminds me a little bit of, and I wasn't alive, or not really alive, but watching basketball a lot when Kevin McHale played. He's a little bit before when I started watching, but I've seen highlight. He reminds me of a McHale type player. He's very fundamentally sound, lots of moves around the basket, but in the NBA, when you do that, somebody's coming over to swat that into the third row. I think he'll be what was the guy out of Iowa? Adam Garza, or what the Garza guy? Oh, he's the best guy. Yeah. I'm like, it's not going to translate. It's not. I don't care what he does.
I think Timme will be better. I think Timme will be better than that. He's a very smart player. He knows what he can do, and he does it well.
Can he defend? I don't see him defending.
Well, I mean, but he's not having to do a whole lot of defending right now. When you got this year, you got Chet back there. That's a good protection on.
He's a lottery pick. I think Gonzaga's best year to win it was last year. That team was stacked. Corey Crisper, to me, I would like to have him on the Mavericks team, by the way. I wish they would have threw him in the trade, but obviously not giving him up. Hell of a shooter. Klay Thompson-esque shooter. Real athletic. I think he's probably, like I said, you don't get rid of shooters in the NBA. And shooters are always going to make money. I just give him time. Look at J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick plays 0 defense. He didn't get burned, but he didn't play 0 defense. But man, he lasted in the NBA long enough because why? He shot 40%. You shoot 40% in the NBA, you will have a job somewhere. That is just like a kicker in the NFL His field goal percentage is in the 90s. You will have a job somewhere. There
Yeah.
is no question about that. They will find. He signed a 1-year deal worth $20-something million for
Yeah.
for Philadelphia. They just gave him money. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth it.
I,
And he
and
played
I really
60% of the games.
honestly I would like to see Mark Few win a championship. I
I
think
would.
what he's done in Gonzaga is almost unheard of, to take a program over time like that and turn it into. I mean, they used to couldn't get games. Now they're able to schedule whoever they want in the preseason, and it's allowing them to make the tournament a lot more comfortable and get a higher seed.
It's hard to get
And
teams to
someone,
travel. Yeah, right now it's hard to get teams to travel to Spokane. Like those East
but
Coast teams,
they'll still play. He can still get those
they,
games though.
they'll
I mean,
they'll
they got.
play. Yeah, they'll play neutral site games all the time. They'll definitely schedule. They'll play in Vegas and in the
I
Midwest
mean,
and Chicago and New
Texas
York.
traveled. Texas went
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah,
Well,
of course.
we showed up for, and then we
But
didn't
here's
play, but we
the
we were
thing.
there.
Here's the thing. They got that home and away thing. So here's the thing. So now a game in the Moody Center. Now you're gonna have Gonzaga headlining it. Which will probably be the number one team in the country in the preseason. Yeah, obviously that we will take this on the chin, but guess what? We have a great lineup of teams coming in.
Who's going to be on the? Who's going?
That was
The question is, who's going to be on the roster next season?
for Texas or Gonzaga?
Yeah, for Texas.
Oh man, that's another conversation for a different day.
We got.
That,
I was just looking at that today, and all these guys. I think only 2 of the guys can't come back. The rest of them, with the COVID year, you
I don't like
potentially could add.
I don't like the transfer portal. I don't. I really don't. I don't.
But they wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to use much of the transfer portal if we had a bunch of guys come back.
I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's just it muddies up everything.
I think you may want to become a fan of it because that's what Chris Beard uses to build his teams.
Well, yeah, because it was able to. But if you recruit and you get guys leaving, I'm like this, man. Because kids like, I saw a post on Twitter. It was a coach said if you average 1 point a game, 1 rebound a game, and you're in the transfer portal, you might as well stay where you are. That's no point
unless you're going from like Duke or Kentucky or to some smaller school where you can actually get minutes. Maybe it's just they don't get minutes and they're like maybe a 8 or 9 player on those teams.
You shouldn't have went there anyway.
Well, but I'm saying that's what could happen. What happens if you go to the school, you redshirt, you're ready to go and move into the start, and then they get 5 lottery picks that sign there. I mean,
that's different. Now I can understand if you go and you think you're gonna play and you redshirt and you didn't. Now you try. I understand that you never had a chance to play. They just recruited on top of you. Hey, you trying to leave? Yeah. I got you. But
But that could happen. I mean, you could have a guy that plays limited minutes because maybe it's a senior-rated team. They graduate or they leave for the draft, and then you get like this huge recruiting class over the top of you. I mean, it happened to Kentucky players. The Kessler kid left Kentucky. He didn't do all that well at Kentucky. He had a great season at Auburn.
I guess I'm more of to the point where I don't like the fact that you're giving too many options to kids and they just don't know what they want to do. And now I'm just going to play. And now I'm just going to play with like
they don't have to commit. They can just change their mind.
Anything. It's like, well, I'm transferring. I'm trying like, okay. And if I was NCAA, you got to put down a rule or something like, listen, man, if you can only take so many transfers, like you have to have at least 10 scholarship players, and you can take 2 or 3 transfers. That's fine, but you have to have at least one scholarship, as in non-transfer. Like they transfers from JUCO up, that's fine, but you cannot have so many transfer players on your team. Like, no, man, this is not gonna work. And you got some teams. It's all they get. Like, come on, man. I don't like it as it just doesn't look good as, kids go to a school and school's not working. I got you. You do want to leave. I definitely understand. And like I said, if you got some kids that started out at Division II and they average 30 points a game and they're a sophomore and they want to go up to Division I, absolutely. Yeah, like go play some different level talent. I got you. I can understand that. I'm all for that. But you got some kids. This is I saw the other day. It was some kid's third transfer. Like, no, you don't get a chance to play. Like, no, you get one transfer. That is it. One. I'm not letting you keep going back and forth, man, just because you don't like it. You just don't. Like, no. If you do that, like, that's fine. I'll let you transfer. That's perfectly fine. You're gonna sit out this 1 year. Well, no. All right, then you got to chill out. You only get one transfer. That's it. That's what I think the NCAA should do. You get one transfer. You get one mulligan. That's it. We're not going to get you a fifth year. We're not going to get you a grad year. If you transfer, you forfeit a fifth year. If you want to graduate, if you're a grad, because they allow the graduate transfer, right? So if you transfer before your graduate year, you do not get a graduate transfer year. That is it. You use up that transfer. You're ineligible for a grad transfer. That's it. You're not gonna keep going to 3 different schools, keep going here, keep going. Nah, man, get out of here. Not for do all that because you don't like it or you. Nah. I keep saying it all the time. Go where you can play. Like, go where you can play. I went to Kentucky. You went to Kentucky. You're a 5-star recruit. You went to Kentucky. You never got on the bench, and you could have went to a Division I AA school or some over here that was stacked. Team that was hella stacked. All they needed was you, and you didn't go because you wanted to play in Kentucky. This team could have made a run to Sweet 16, Final Four, and you could have averaged 25 points a game. No, you want to go to Kentucky, just sit on the bench. Wow. Wow. And then 2 years in, now I want to transfer. And now 2 years in, he transfers to another school, and everything works. Oh, okay, yeah, come on, man. I don't know if this is bad. It's not bad recruiting. Kids just want to look good, or I don't know. You go where you can play. Go where you can get some minutes. If you're not getting any minutes, I definitely understand. Go somewhere else. You think you should be playing somewhere else, I got you. I completely understand that. But go where you go and go to a program. That's why I like Tom Izzo. I like Michigan State. I want Tom Izzo to get another one before he retires. He deserves another one. Has one of the best programs in the country. He doesn't recruit these big 4 or 5-star athletes. He'll get a handful of 4-star, blah blah blah. And it's a good team. Always competitive. Tough conference. Big Ten is hella tough. But he hadn't won since 2000. So hopefully he'll get, once Mike Krzyzewski leaves, I hope he gets another one. Jim Boeheim, like, man, get out of here. I'm tired of Jim Boeheim. I do not like Syracuse. That is one coaching team I just do not I'm tired of Syracuse.
Corey, you don't like somebody? I thought you liked everybody. Corey, you're giving me a bad time. Why are you hating on teams? You don't like these teams?
I had this thing about Carmelo. I don't like Carmelo Anthony like that. Everybody loves Carmelo. I just don't like Melo like that. I'm sorry. I didn't like him in the draft. Like, he could score, but I just have a hard time with you. Like, you don't play defense. Like, I mean, you that good, you just don't have to play defense. He made it known they don't play defense. I don't know. That's me. Don't get me started on that. That's me. Oh, you hate, you don't like Melo. Yes, I am hating. I don't like Melo like that. I would never pick him on my team ever. You don't want to score. What team has he been on? How has he gotten past the second round of the playoffs ever? Never. Rest my case.
Yeah. Well, we like to give a shout out to all our sponsors this season. We've got kind of a quiet time on NetSN. We've got some things in the works, though, so stay tuned. We talked about it a little bit before Corey jumped back on. We've got some things that are exciting that are coming up, so stay tuned for that. Corey, tell them a little bit about one of our shows, not the weekly wrap-up, but our other show we've got on NetSN coming up.
Yeah, we're working on getting something. Like I said, it was a folly this week. We get busy. People are busy. But we were trying to get a That's So Dope show going on. We were trying to get that show out there. We had a good little conversation, and it was just we kind of got lost in the sauce the other day. It was a tornado. That's what happened. So as you all know,
Oh,
it's East Texas tornado. So it was like let's pause a little bit because I had to check on family, and power went out, all kind of stuff happened, blah blah blah. So it just didn't happen. And then last night was the repercussions of that the night before. So but it's all good. But we're trying to recalibrate everything for That's So Dope because you know how we do it. We hadn't talked sports in a long time on the show, so we're trying to focus on that and give y'all some heat for it.
I'm
That and
excited.
we do have some other
I'm
interview
excited.
stuff. A
Yeah, yeah.
possible
It's gonna be soon.
possible potential sponsor for That's So Dope, and then some more interview stuff coming up. So a lot of different things we looking at doing. So yeah,
Nice. Well, make
be
sure
very
everyone
afraid.
goes.
Get me back on the mic. Be very afraid. Be very
Yeah.
afraid.
Well, we make sure you go to all our platforms and like and subscribe to our stuff. As you see below here, our YouTube channel. Go to subscribe, like all our videos. It'll help us reach more of our audience. So Corey's going to do a dance for you as we look at the subscribe. Make sure you check out our website, netsn.live. It's kind of a downtime for us right now, but make sure you go on there and check what's going on. We've got our scoreboard up there. We're trying to get some baseball games in. We're supposed to have a game last night. The game was rained out, moved to tonight, and we're able to get that coverage. It's a Wednesday night, just a tough night. So we're going to try to get some baseball games upcoming with Keith Whitman on the call there. So stay tuned for those broadcasts. They'll be posted on our site. We've got our Facebook page. Make sure you go take a look at the Facebook page and subscribe to that as well. We've got, and of course, also follow us all on Twitter. I'm at Brett Swinney.
And your boy
What are y'all
CM.
at? Are we,
Prince
boy
Vince
CM.
83.
who's winning the subscription? Who's just got more people following their
know.
page between you and Corey? It was a tough
It's
battle.
not how many follows you. It's who follows you.
That means Vince must have more. Okay, I see.
Yep,
I
that's
see how
what that
that's
sounds like
was
right
stated.
there.
So
exactly what
go
that
and
sounds
follow
like.
us. So you'll know what all is going on with us. We've got the kind of the lull right now, but we'll have some things coming up. We'll still have our weekly wrap up show as of now. It was share our stuff. Let everyone know that what we're doing. Next week we'll have Final Four talk here on the weekly wrap up show. We'll have the final 4 teams left in the NCAA tournament, and we'll all pick our champions and our whole Final Four bracket. So should be fun. We'll see who's all left on our original brackets and whose brackets in shreds in the shredder. Maybe who knows what's going to happen after this coming weekend. So if it's anything like the last weekend. So guys, you got anything else y'all want to talk about? Anything y'all want to shout about, or anything y'all got to think of that y'all want to talk about?
Go check out Zola.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Corey's sleepy. He done lost his mind. He's sleepy.
I like to thank everybody for watching tonight's show. Make sure to check us out next week. Weekly wrap up show every week on NetSN Live. For Corey and Vince, I'm Brett. We'll catch you next time right here, guys. Night, everyone.
Y'all take it easy.